like watching old 80s movies, like Back to the Future, The Goonies, Time Bandits, The Creep Show. But there was one particular movie that was on in the 80s. It was called The Twilight Zone, the movie. And what happened in there is that there was an old retirement home, and there was residents in there. You could see the residents, and they were like really, really, really just depressed and sad and everything. And they were just sitting in chairs, and basically they were waiting to die. And then a new resident's gonna move in, and you see Scatman Carruthers walking down the street, and he's just bopping, and he has a stick in his hand, and he's just, he's really had a really personality, go-getter personality. And he comes in, and he's like, oh, what's going on here? And he looks at all these people, and they're like just sitting around like there was nothing in their face. And so he was there for about a week or so, and all of a sudden he's talking to the residents, and he's trying to get them to excited. And so one day he's like, what kind of games did you all used to play when you were children? And the girls are like, oh, we used to play Red Rover, we used to play jacks and jump rope and hopscotch and everything. And and the men are like, oh, we used to play tag and football and baseball and all these other games they're talking about. And Scatman says, oh, those are really fine games, but my game was kick the can. They're like, oh yeah, but that's a boys' game. And he goes, oh no, we had girls who played too. He goes, that's a really fine game. I think we should go out tonight, sneak out tonight, and play kick the can. And everybody's like, can we really do that? Can we go out and play kick the can? And he's like, oh yeah, no one's going to find out. And there was one little resident who was really, crotchety and everything. He's like, oh no, you guys, you don't want to go out there and play kick the can. You might break a leg or a hip or something and have a heart attack. And the others are like looking to Scatman, and he's like, oh no, that won't happen. Y'all just meet me tonight. Tonight. And so when it was bedtime and everybody was asleep, and orderlies are, on duty, and they're in their own room, the Scatman goes knocking on everybody's door. It's time. And so all of them go outside, and they're playing kick the can. And Scatman, he's shining up his can, and he said, there's some magic in this can. There's some magic in this can. Or whatever he's saying. I don't remember exactly, but then he's like, let's play kick the can. And he's playing, all of them's playing kick the can. And then the camera just focuses on Scatman Carruthers, and he's just smiling, watching everybody playing kick the can. And all of a sudden the camera shoots to the residents, but they're no longer old. They're children, just little children. They're not all playing, and all of a sudden one of them goes, oh my God, what's happened to us? And all of them's, you're young. And there's one of them that has a umbrella, and he's a pirate. He's acting like he's a pirate, he's doing like a pirate sword. He has a pirate sword, his umbrella, and all of them's having fun. And one of them asks the Scatman, why didn't you come with us? And he's like, I learned long ago that it was best to stay the age I was, but have a fresh young mind. And all of them's like, reality sets in, and they're like, oh my goodness, where are we going to live? Where are we going to stay? There's no way. We can't live on our own. We can't work or anything because they're all little kids. And one of them says, there's a husband and wife, and they're like, looked at each other and said, oh, for us, it'll be all right because all we have to do is call our son and say, Harry, it's us, your parents. But they're like, oh, but he probably wouldn't believe us. And Scatman goes, it's all right. You don't have to stay children. You can go back to your beds. As long as you have a fresh young mind, you'll be okay. So all of them go up to bed. And all of them's in bed, and all of a sudden, the other crotchety resident, he wakes up and he looks around, and all these kids are in the resident's bed, and they're like, he's like, what have you done with Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so? Where is everybody? So he's like, I'm going to go get the orderly and get you out of here. And so he goes down the hall looking for the orderly. And meantime, everybody's getting in bed, and they're in bed. And so the old man brings the orderly in, and he said, get these kids out of here. And he takes the covers off everybody, and everybody's old again. And they're just in their bed smiling like, we just had an adventure. That's all. Except the orderly takes one last blanket, and it's that one gentleman who turned into a pirate, the little boy who wanted to be a pirate. And he jumps up and he goes, hey! And he jumps to the window and he says, I'm leaving this place. And the old man goes, but take me with you. Please take me with you. He's so desperate that he wants to leave. Now he wants to leave. He was like, take me with you. Please take me with you. And the man and the child's like, I can't take you with me. I have my own adventures to go through. And the man's like, please take me with you. But he jumps out the window, the little boy. And you see this scene where the boy, old man is like looking after the boy, saying, take me with you, please. Well, the next morning you see the scene where Scatman and Scatman's ready to leave because he's already made his magic. And so he's in the doorway with his bag leaving. But you see all the other residents, they have fresh young minds. And they're like doing all these volunteer work. They're, volunteer to help with the children. Some are going to like a picnic or whatever they're doing. And you see that old man, that one man who wouldn't play kick the can, out in the front yard playing kick the can. And you see Scatman, the camera shoots to Scatman and he says, yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it. And you see Scatman go down the road, walking down to the road to a new retirement home. And the same thing happens over and over. He shows his magic. That's how we should be. Don't give up. Don't give up, people. You'll get it. You'll get those subscribers. Your time is coming. Your time is coming, everybody. Don't give up. Play kick the can one last time. Kick the can.